I was staying with my granddaughter. I had a suite upstairs. And one day I got a knock on the door, and my sister was there with my grandkids. And I didn't see my daughter. And I said, "What are you doing here? What are you doing here?" And Ariana, my 9-year-old granddaughter, informed me that Mom had left out of fear from their father. And she didn't return. And then he left. So little Ariana and her little impish little self took it upon herself from East 24th to find me on West 24th by Tops. But God is so great. My sister found them walking over East 26th Street, and she brought them to me. And that was the day I paid my granddaughter the rent, $350. And the next morning she informed us that we had to leave. Needless to say, she didn't give me the money back. And we were literally homeless. I was greeted. It was just so warm and inviting, horrifying, humiliating. I'm 62, never been homeless. And that's where it started. This whole saga started. And the first person I met was Kurt. And he sat next to me while I wept like a little baby. And he assured me my life was going to be all right. I didn't believe him. I did not believe him. And I realized I wasn't alone. And for the first time in 62 years, I wasn't alone. And it took my grandchildren and you people to make me feel worthy of anything or anyone in my life. So I wasn't cursed that day they came. I was blessed the day they came. Well, Ethan didn't come with me because he's 17. He was just too cool for the shelter. My granddaughter Tricia kept him for me. He's autistic. He's wonderful. He's 17. My Kayleen is 13. She's on the spectrum. And you've all met her. She's a card. She's beautiful. And then Ariana was a little mom. She's 9. And then I got 2 identical twins, Aiden and Hassan, and they're 8. And they're all honor students, and they're really, really wonderful kids, in spite of all the abuse they had to witness. They made it out. They made it out of it. When they showed us the bedroom, it had 6 bunk beds. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta sleep with these kids too. And it was such a bonding being with them in that one room, you know. But humbling because I'm an independent, liberated woman, and having to go by rules, and it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. But I cried. I cried for a week solid. I cried. I kept asking God, why? Why, why would you do this to us? And He did it for us, not to us. And if I had to realize that, it took me a couple weeks to realize this was a blessing, not a bad omen. We came with nothing, no clothes. And within a week, they had clothes. And playground, laughter. They were very well liked by staff and other families. And I think that got them out of their way too, because they were isolated like their grandma was. I mean, I know I act like a social butterfly, but I was always just real introverted, stayed to myself. And that got me out of myself and taught me how to talk to people and taught me how to ask for help. I was always taught never ask. If you don't have it, you don't need it. And I realized early on into the refuge that wasn't going to work. You know, we could pretend all we wanted, but we were in desperate need of help. Ooh, counselor, they weren't counselors, but boy, they could have been. You know, when someone would see, I guess I wear my feelings really well in my face because when I would feel down, they picked it up. And they allowed me the avenue to talk about it. And just being a good ear and good shoulders, I never had that in 62 years, I never had that. Hmm. So I was reborn. Let's put it like that. I was reborn the day I went into the refuge. I told you earlier, all my life I went in search of happiness. Being at the refuge and then coming here to my forever home, I found something greater. I found that content. I found that sense of balance. So happiness is just a feeling. Content is a being. And having my own where I don't have to worry about what we're going to do tomorrow. And my only New Year's resolution was not to go backwards. To learn from everything that happened yesterday, but don't take it into today and tomorrow. Do I have bad times? Yeah. Do I have fearful? And yeah, that's never going to change. This is life. But having my own, and with the guidance of the refuge, there is nothing I could say that would thank you people enough for what you've done for us.
Thank you.